Probably fired up a little bit extra against these Cubs.
Cubs manager Lou Piniella in his third season at the helm. Our Blacks Padres, winners of 13 of their last 20 as we begin play tonight. Ryan Theriot, the shortstop, steps in, and we are set to go. Glad to have you along for the telecast tonight. The first pitch from Theriot is a fastball strike. We get underway just a minute tardy at 7:06, 68 degrees at game time for the second straight night. Hit towards the alley in left center field, but Venable plenty of time to get over and make the catch. He was cheating towards right center, hit the left center. But that's the way this one begins. Theriot flies to the center fielder.
Before the game, Lou Piniella met with the press, and there were no questions about double switches or intentional walks or bullpen. The first question was what was going on in Lou's day today. Well, Lou was walking across the street downtown San Diego, talking to his son on the cell phone. Heard a siren. He said, "Oh, I better get out of the way." Well, that siren was because Lou Piniella was jaywalking, and he got a warning.
Didn't get the actual ticket, got a warning.
Got a warning. And I think Lou did a little jaywalking last night, didn't he? Towards the mound, and then just kind of
in the ninth inning
worked his way back to the dugout.
Didn't actually make it all the way to the mound and turned around and went back, though he did cross the foul line.
He's a good citizen. He just got locked into his conversation with his son and walked across the street, and nobody was hurt, and walked away with a warning. So welcome to San Diego, Lou.
Who among us has not jaywalked? Let us cast the first stone. Bradley takes inside, 2 balls and a strike. Milton last night, 1 for 4 with a double. Another one to center field, and Venable backing up.
We got a man there.
Did pretty well, about 375 or so to straightaway center field. 2 down, though, in the first.
It's exactly what Cesar Carrillo needs. A nice, quick 1-2-3 inning. And some pretty darn good hitters. Theriot, Bradley, and now the big guy, Derek Lee.
Derek Lee had the triple leading off the 8th inning last night and scored the Cubs run, which gave them the 1-0 lead, and he sends one into orbit deep left field and to the Western Metal Building. '24th of the year for Derek Lee, 1-0 Chicago. The first 3 hits that Carrillo allowed in his big league debut to the Brewers were home runs. The first one tonight also leaves the ballpark.
First pitch, Carrillo trying to get ahead, and that ball leaks. Inner third. Nick Hundley was set up away. And, you know, if you're going to give him up, Derek Lee is not a bad guy to give him up to because he is known for that. And, oh, the middle porch of the Western Metal Building.
Ranky ball popped up, shallow left center field. Cabrera going out. A long way out to make the catch. 2-out solo home run for Derek Lee. Cubs get a run, and the Padres are coming to bat. Squares and takes down low from Dibster. Upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes.
It should be an interesting game tonight. We already seen a home run off the bat of Derek Lee. Well, Dempster, a home run is part of his game this year. He's allowed 14 home runs. Now, the upshoot to that story is he only allowed 17 in 09. He's allowed 17 this year. He allowed 14 last year. I stand corrected. So, got to keep the ball in the yard.
A 5-pitch walk to Cabrera begins the San Diego first inning. The Blacks Padre lineup tonight has Everett out front, then Eckstein. Adrian batting in the 3 spot. His average has been climbing rapidly, .512 in his last 9. Headley hitting cleanup, then Kuz, Venable in center, Blanks in right. Hundley catches with Carrillo on the mound.
And Ryan Dempster, 2-time All-Star, toeing the slab tonight for the Cubs. A sinker, slider, and a split. And at times that slider and split finger will look the same, have the same type action. And he's from BC, Canada. Friends to the north. He's Canadian.
Our good friends to the north.
Yeah.
Hey. First pitch strike to Eck. Dempster was a 2000 All-Star. I'll remember the Florida Marlins. Left side, diving off the glove of Ramirez. That's going to trickle to Terrio, and an infield hit for Eck. 2 on, nobody out.
We were talking to Randy Reddy last road trip and talking about the hitters eliminating the strikeouts and just putting the ball in play, right? Well, see what can happen when the ball is put in play. Short hop at third base, Ramirez cannot find the handle. A little two hopper and a little mini rally going here. There's Spiky, Randy Reddy.
Strike 1 to Adrian Gonzalez. A rare hitless night last night for Adrian, 0 for 4. Rare for the past couple of weeks. Out of the dirt, blocked by Soto.
Another Adrian Gonzalez fan. I saw one last night. Wasn't that last night when the jersey was autographed?
Autographed to Grandpa?
Yeah. It's a hot item. It's a hot player.
Two on, nobody out in the Padres' first inning. San Diego trying to answer the Cubs. We got a Derek Lee solo shot in the top half. And pops that up shallow. Infield fly in effect, though it makes it out of the infield. Shallow center caught by the second baseman Baker. Cubs defense brought to you by SD Storage, where $1 moves you in. Go to SDStorage.com to find a store near you today. Terrio had the stomach flu, did not make the trip into town until today, so missed last night, obviously, but he is back at short for the Cubs tonight.
That'll take a lot out of you, huh? Maybe lose a little weight and drain you a little bit.
Evidently his family had it, wife, kids, and he caught it and really drained him.
I had a bad stomach last night and I worked.
Well, you know, air travel is not the best thing to do when you have that kind of
I'm just kidding, Ryan.
flu bug.
I'm not getting on the riot.
2 on, 1 out. Runner started to go. As that pitch was in the dirt and blocked in front of the plate by Soto.
I'm guessing Giovanni Soto is going to be busy if Ryan Dempster buries that split finger fastball as we take a look at the runners. And you know, that's good aggressive base running. You can always go back, right? You start your lead. You stop. You see the ball in between the catcher. You can go your own way. It's the old Fleetwood Mac move.
Strike to Headley.
You don't have to, retort or anything. You just leave it at that if you'd like.
I have no Fleetwood Mac song I can retort with. Because I'm over my head when it comes to songs.
I'm not going to start thinking about tomorrow. I'm going to worry about this game right here.
One and two to Headley, who had the game-tying hit of the night last night.
I guarantee you Ryan Dempster was watching either today or late last night that ball that Headley hit. Remember, it was a fastball up and away.
Strikes him out with a split.
Uncle Splitty, yep. Dempster knows that Headley likes the fastball, so what does he do? Oh, that was a good shot. You can actually see it out of the hand of Dempster, and Headley way out in front. From Dempster to the dumpster.
Here is Kuzminov. Fouled off of Soto and back to the screen. Average is raised to 260. 0 for 2 last night. Walked a couple of times, including walked intentionally in the ninth, just ahead of the Blanks game-winning home run. To right field, down in front of Bradley. Here comes Cabrera. Here comes the throw to the plate, and it's well offline. Kuz drives in the equalizer. Cabrera touches home plate and makes this a 1-1 game. We've seen Kuz going the other way a lot more during his recent upsurge. Picks up his 69th run batted in.
That's perfect placement as far as Kuz trying to do what he wanted to do with that pitch. A lot of guys with the runner in scoring position will try to yank that ball, pull it to get that RBI, but he does a nice job with Glenn Hoffman not even thinking twice with the speed of Cabrera at second base. And also Bradley kind of played that one back on his heels a little bit.
Venable, high fly right field. Bradley going back, still going. Warning track and makes the catch. Bradley just kept going in front of the out-of-town scoreboard and finally ran it down. But the Padres tie it thanks to the Kuz base hit.
Friday Fireworks. Enjoy a spectacular fireworks show following every Friday home game.
Friday, August 21st, day after the game for a Friday Fireworks presented by Padres Banking at Bank of America. That's this Friday night. It's the Cardinals. 1-1, top of the second. Carrillo back to the mound, and center fielder Kosuke Fukudome leading off for Chicago.
It's nice to get that run back, eh?
Hey. Fukudome doubled last night. 1 for 4 with a walk. 2 balls, no strikes. Who's even with the bag at third? Popped up left side. Kevin backing up. On a 2-0 pitch, Fukudome pops out to Kuz. Cesar Carrillo, 25-year-old, as Mud mentioned, from Chicago. 6'3", 175-pounder, first-round pick of the Padres, 18th overall selection in 2005. Speaking of first-round picks, we'll be visiting with Donovan Tate shortly. This year's first-round pick of the Padres. Soriano sharply to short, backhanded. Cabrera being able to see that flat-footed.
Unbelievable.
He's still got it there in plenty of time.
The amazing thing about Everett is that he spins the opposite way. He doesn't spin towards his glove hand side and makes a solid throw. Turns the opposite way. It still has a lot of hair on that throw over to first base.
Incredible.
He's good.
2 away for second baseman Jeff Baker. Baker has been hitting very well since joining the Cubs. Came over from the Rockies. See his combined numbers, but hitting .333 in 29 games with the Cubs. Baker was acquired for pitcher Al Albuquerque on July 2nd. A little bit high with the 93-mile-per-hour fastball. 2-2. Deep short, but off the glove of Cabrera. A base hit for Jeff Baker.
I'll bet you were hoping that Everett was going to catch that cleanly.
I wanted to see the throw.
I wanted to see the throw also. 1, 2, 3 hopper off the webbing of the glove. That would have been fun to watch, but can't come up with it. An infield single.
Cubs catcher Giovanni Soto.
It's kind of ironic. Cesar Carrillo attended the University of Miami. They're nicknamed the Hurricanes.
Correct.
Donovan Tate, high school,
Cartersville, Georgia, the
Hurricanes.
Right. Get a chance to talk with Donovan shortly.
And I hope both those guys cause a storm in their big league career.
For a lot of years here.
Yes, as Padres.
On a strike to Soto, last year's National League Rookie of the Year. Missing high, 2 balls and a strike.
Okay, I mentioned that Cesar Carrillo went to Mount Carmel High School in Chicago. Can you name some notables that went to Mount Carmel?
First one that comes to mind for me is Eagles quarterback Donovan McNabb.
Got it. Simeon Rice, also.
Another football star.
And NBA forward Antoine Walker.
Pretty good resume at that.
Well, everybody knows the athletes around the Chicagoland area are probably the best in the country.
Okay. No bias there. That does or does not include the Joliet area.
Hey, Mike Allstott.
The 5-pitch walk to Soto. It's going to bring up the pitcher Dempster with 2 on, 2 outs.
You would like that number 8 spot to go down to make it a flawless inning as far as no runs being scored, but Dempster now will get a crack at it with runners at first and second.
.073 average for Dempster. .089 career average. Last night's starting pitcher for the Cubs, Ted Lilly, was 0 for 2. That was the first time in 8 games that the opposing pitcher had not either reached on a walk, a base hit, or sacrificed. The opposing pitchers have been contributing against the Padres. Ryan Dempster, who was the Cubs closer for 3 years. And there is a base hit for Dempster. Baker around third, gets the stop sign. The throw comes in from Blanks. So the Cubs pitcher Dempster singles, and the Cubs have loaded the bases with 2 outs.
Ryan Dempster just playing a little game of pepper with Cesar Carrillo. Let's take a look at the pitch. Up and away. He takes it that way. Shortens up his swing nicely. And the ball hits so sharply, Kyle Blanks came in nicely. And Carrillo doing his job, backing up as Mike Quaddy holds up the runner. Top of the order, bases loaded. Take your chances that way.
Carrillo got the first 2, but Baker kept it going with the base hit off Cabrera. Walked to Soto, now a Dempster base hit. Carrillo was a strike away on Baker from having a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nine-game streak for Terrio, who began this one with a fly ball that was caught by the center fielder Venable.
Carrillo's got to be careful with that breaking ball. Kind of flat when he leaves it up in the zone. Really doesn't have that tight break, that tight tilt. You hang that one, you can be in trouble. McCunley wanting it down.
Henry is going to run out of room. .47 RBIs for Terrio, which are a career high for him. There's an opportunity to add to that with the bases loaded, 2 outs. 1-1 game, top of the second. It is low, 2 balls and a strike. Got the breaky ball in the inside corner. Terrio gave up on it, and it evens the count up.
Well, Carrillo missed the location. He wanted that one down and away, but it worked to his benefit because it locked up Terrio.
Left side, Cabrera getting the force out of Dempster. A 3 reach with 2 outs, and the Cubs leave them loaded.
22nd as we take on the St. Louis Cardinals and get your own Padres Go Green bag.
All fans get a free Padres Go Green bag presented by Cox Channel 4 San Diego. Get your tickets early and save. Go online to Padres.com. Welcome into the booth. Donovan Tate is here, the Padres first-round pick, signed, sealed, and delivered. Got a chance to take some batting practice today, and I overheard you saying you only had, what, 3 or 4 chances to swing the bat recently?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I've been playing football all summer and kind of going up to North Carolina football camp, and I hit a little, maybe a couple times earlier in the summer, but other than that, then it's probably been the 4th time that I've hit, since the end of baseball season.
So let me ask you something. Wouldn't you rather step in the batter's box and take a look at a good fastball rather than being in the pocket and seeing like a 350-pound linebacker coming at you?
I don't know. I mean, I've always loved football. So that's something that's fun to me.
You know what that just tells me, Mark Neely?
What's that?
This kid likes to get down and dirty.
Right.
He's got some spirit. He's got some heart. He likes the contact. I think that's going to play over to your big league career.
So,
you excited?
I am, definitely.
Your life has changed, huh?
It has, but it really hasn't hit me yet. But it's just, it's exciting, and at the same time, it's kind of a payoff of all the hard work that I put in and everything. It's starting to come true now.
Well, good for you.
More of Donovan taking batting practice before the game. How does the wood bat feel?
It's good. It's good. I mean, it's not the first time that I've hit, obviously, and with wood. But then at the same time, I mean, wood, it's good. It kind of tells you a true evaluation of your swing and how you're swinging at this time. So it was fun, though.
Lakes fans, that brings up Nick Hundley in the Padres' second inning, visiting with Donovan Tate. The Padres' first overall selection. That's hit in the air to right field. Towards the line comes Milton Bradley, and casually makes the catch there on the warning track for the second out. So the plan now is for you to go to Peoria. There's still a little bit of rookie ball left. Will you get a chance? Will they actually put you in the rookie league, or will you just work out in Peoria? What's the plan?
I really don't know yet. I think it's more of working out, kind of getting my feet wet a little bit. But I really haven't discussed it much. But I'm actually heading out there tomorrow morning.
Now, this is the Cartersville team, right?
Yes, sir.
It's
my high school. It's my high school team. Yes, sir.
I noticed you were wearing number 20.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Is that the number you're going to wear in?
Yeah, that's definitely a number that I'm trying to get that I've had my whole career.
I guess you couldn't wear it today. It was busy occupied with the manager. Rio grounds out to short, and the Padres go down in order. And Donovan, the first-round pick. Thanks so much for stopping by, Donovan Tate.
Thank you. Thank you.
Padres first-round selection.
Good luck, young man.
Thank you. Thank you.
We wish you well.
Thank you.
Dodgers last night 3-2, and that coupled with the Cubs 4-1 loss here has given St. Louis a 6-game lead now in the Central. The Brewers 2 games under are 9 games back. And Astros, Reds, and Pirates rounding out the Central.
And as far as the wild card is concerned, Chicago now stands 4 games back. They're looking up at Colorado, San Francisco, Florida, and Atlanta.
And don't forget about the Braves.
Yeah, Bravos. You never know what's going to be at Bobby Cox's sleeve there in Atlanta. They could turn it on.
Part of the order for the Cubs in the third in this 1-1 game.
What a nice young man,
I
huh?
was just going to say
Tate?
that. Seems like a terrific kid, level-headed. And hopefully he makes the progression up the ladder of the minor leagues, and we'll see him back at Petco Park in the not-too-distant future. That's ripped fouled on the right field side. By the way, Cartersville, Georgia, where he went to high school, is about an hour or so northwest of Atlanta, on the road towards Chattanooga. So he's a kid that's kind of got some small town roots. Bradley, Lee, and then Ramirez in the Chicago third. Fastball moves him off the plate at 92. 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was 0-2, and now to a full count on Bradley. Breaks his bat. And the flip by Adrian to Carrillo covering. The bat went about as far as the baseball did.
See how far up in the air that thing went? I mean, usually it skims around, on the ground a little bit. That thing had some hang time.
I'm sure Adrian had to be catching that out of the corner of his eye as well as the baseball.
I hate those things. For the love of Pete, get rid of them. Seriously.
Eric Lee went up hacking the first time and slugged one mid-porch of the Western Metal Building. Is that a maple bat?
I don't see ash bats breaking like that. In all my 100 years of watching baseball, I've never seen an ash bat break like that. If I was a betting guy, that was maple. So I guess my answer is
You think it's a maple?
I can only go on how it broke. And by the sound of it too. Ash doesn't sound like that.
Yeah, you're right about the sound. That's certainly an indicator. It's kind of that tinny sound when they break. 1-2. He hammers one to the alley in left center field. Venable has to chase this and will cut it off. Lee trying for 2. The throw get offline, and Derek Lee has his second extra base hit of the game. On his last 5 at-bats in the series, he's now hit for the cycle over the period of 2 games. Single and a triple his last 2 of his last 3 times last night, and a homer and a double tonight.
Well, he hit a fastball out of the ballpark in the first inning. That was a hanging breaking ball from Cesar Carrillo. And from the sound of the ball, I kind of got in on him a little bit, but it was a hanger, and he split the gap for his 25th double bagger.
Blocked by Hundley. Ramirez popped out to short in the first inning. He's got very good numbers with runners in scoring position. Rio had 45 pitches with 1 out here in the 3rd. He went 2 in the 3rd innings in his first big league start. And he's gone 2 in the 3rd so far tonight. Outside, 3-0.
Yeah, I wanted to elaborate a little bit on the location of the fastball. We hear that so much regarding pitchers, locating the fastball to be successful. Well, yeah, that's what you have to do. As Darren Balsey said, if you can do that, then you can throw your off-speed pitches. They don't necessarily have to be strikes.
Swinging 3-0.
Strike one.
High foul out of play up into the 3rd deck, and then it bounces back onto the field.
Because then if you miss with your fastball and you fall behind, then you start pitching backwards. You try to flip up off-speed stuff, then you fall behind even more. And then you try to start to trick hitters, and it just backfires on you. Not too many guys can do that pitch successfully. That's pitching backwards there. 3-1 breaking ball.
I think Ramirez was looking fastball, and he got something really in the middle of the plate.
The old knee buckler there. And with first base open, you might see another breaking ball here. Fastball in.
Ramirez knocked in the Cubs run last night. Went 2 for 3 with a walk.
That's a fan right there.
Eric Lee, the go-ahead run at second with 1 out in the Cubs' 3rd inning. Rio's 3-2 to the cleanup hitter Ramirez. Just inside. And Rio walks his 2nd hitter of the game.
Well, with the 3-1 breaking ball and then the off-speed pitch there, it really tells me that Carrillo's really not too concerned about with walking. Now you've got to force it any base. You can possibly roll a double play ball. Maybe go off-speed to the left-hander Fukudome. Try to induce a grounder. He's grounded into 9 double plays this year. Soto leads the Cubs in that category with 14.
Carrillo. Cabrera. Got the call at first. 1-6-3 to end the inning. Carrillo gets the comebacker, and they turn the 1-6-3. It's still 1-1 after 2.5. Grant. And first pitch swinging. Cabrera, the high chopper. The bare hand grab by Dempster. And no throw. An infield hit for Cabrera. Well, Dempster knew if he gloved and made an exchange, he had no shot. And even bare hand did not have a legitimate opportunity to get Cabrera, so he just ate it.
The old springboard. The topped pitch off of home plate. And Ryan Dempster thinks, you know what? There's no way. I'll give him that one. I tip my cap and try to work for a grounder here.
Heck with an infield hit his first time up. Off the glove of the third baseman Ramirez, who creeps in again. That got the rally going in the bottom of the ninth last night with a one-out walk. And the 2-out, 2-strike game-tying double by Headley. And 2 batters later, the game-winning home run from Kyle Blanks.
A pretty good combination here for possibly a hit-and-run type situation. That big hole on the right side. You've got speed and Cabrera. Eckstein handles the bat extremely well.
There he goes. Straight steal attempt. And did he come off? He got the left foot to stay on. Well, the way Mike Everett, the second base umpire, hesitated just a moment. I thought he was taking a look. Maybe he was going to call him out for coming off the base.
Well, does he overslide? Hand, stay, foot. And Everett says, yeah, safe.
Well, the left hand obviously came off, but the left foot stayed on. Now X shortening up, takes a low. Two balls and a strike. By the way, the steal for Everett is 18th in 20 attempts.
Nice.
That'll advance the base runner. And Eck giving himself up. Cabrera to third. One out.
Cabrera already causing a mess. That's the way the uniform should look. Getting dirty, getting down and dirty.
Adrian in the first inning popped out to the third baseman Aramis Ramirez. He won't get a chance to swing the shillelagh here. Put him on to set up the double play. Taking Mudd's advice. He said, you know, why mess around? If you're going to walk him, just
sure,
put him on.
You know, why try to pitch to the guy? You make a mistake. And we know how Adrian Gonzalez can take pitches out of the zone and hurt you, right?
No doubt.
And just look at that ball that he hit out of the yard in St. Louis.
It'll bring up Chase. Hitting .391 in his last 19 games. 368 in his last 9. Struck out his first time up.
You have to be aware of the fake to third, throw to first move. You don't want to get Ruben Rivera. Patience is a key here. Strike one is okay. I've always been a firm believer of that, because now a pitcher might try to nitpick a little bit. Then it's 1-1. Then you might get another fastball. See what I mean?
That one away at 92, a ball and a strike.
That's why I've always been a firm believer. Even bases loaded, second and third, whatever the situation, 0-1 is okay. Because then the pitcher thinks, okay, if I try to nitpick a little bit offside, he might fish for it. Well, Chase did a nice job of just spitting on that last pitch.
in on him. Swing and a miss. A ball and 2 strikes. Chase the slider now is behind in the count. 1-1 game, last of the third. Padres with runners at the corners, 1 away, and a 1-2 from Dempster. Up high. Blocked by Soto and a full count. Dempster takes the walk. Wow. Chase contemplates this 3-2 forthcoming. Cabrera and Adrian aboard. Three-two pitch. Slowly, Baker out at second, safe at first, then a go-ahead run scores. Well, Cabrera comes in to give the Padres a 2-1 lead, and Headley, fortunately, just didn't hit that ball all that hard. Not hard enough for the Cubs to turn 2 to get out of the inning. '45th run batted in for Chase Headley.
That's probably one of the times when you want to hit a ground ball and not hit it sharply like Chase Headley just did. Breaking ball. Well, he got him with the breaking ball earlier. He swung over the top of it. RBI for Chase.
Now back to the live action. Headley running on the pitch to Kuz, and no throw down to second. He gets an uncontested steal. 8th of the year for Chase.
Timing's everything, huh?
Fouled off by Kuzminov. The ball and a strike. Just missing. 2-1. Cruz with an RBI base hit to right his first time up. He kicks off Soto to his right, but Chase remaining at second base.
A lot of confidence in a pitcher like Ryan Dempster when you've got Soto behind the plate, because one of your pitches is a split finger, and you might have to get a punch out, you might have to get a strike. So you have to have a lot of confidence in your catcher to smother that ball, even with the guy in scoring position or on third base. The bottom line is, in those tight situations, you cannot be afraid to throw that pitch.
Goes full on Kuzminov. Ball on deck. Two outs and a 3-2 from Dempster. Going to get behind the Padre dugout. Being jeered by his peers for not making the bare hand catch. But he got the baseball. Soto and Dempster visit. So Coos will catch up. We'll play umpire Jim Wolf. Coos played with his brother, Randy.
Oh, he's back.
Looking for some divine intervention or any kind of help. On the first base side and into the seats. Dempster at 44 pitches through 2 2/3. Dempster threw 22 pitches in the first 2 innings. He's doubled that here in the 3rd. Another 3-2 to Coos. Left field, Soriano racing in. It drops in. Here comes Headley. And Soriano fumbles the baseball. No chance to get Headley. And the second run of the inning makes it 3-1 San Diego. Coos is driven in 2 tonight.
Well, one thing for sure, the Padres have not squared up a lot of baseballs tonight, but they're putting the ball in play, and sometimes that's all it takes. Coos got jammed a little foul ball over the dugout, and this one he gets in his kitchen, and hey, if you're going to hit it somewhere, hey, left field's not a bad spot. Follow it around, see what it eats.
First one low to Venable.
So a big part of this inning is the Headley stolen base. That results into a run.
Who's now up to 70 RBIs, just a couple of behind Adrian for the team lead. Will fly to deep right field his first time up. Breaks his bat, sends it up the middle. There's the 3rd hit of the inning. Venable singles and keeps the 2-out rally going.
Did I just hear another broken shillelagh?
You did indeed.
But is that a big league knock?
It is indeed.
Believe it. So that bat dies happy.
Rothschild, the pitching coach, out and talk with Ryan Dempster.
Ryan Dempster, I mean, I can't read lips or read minds, but I'm telling you, maybe one of the things Dempster, by his actions there, is like, hey, you know what? They haven't squared up a ball.
Oh, yeah. 3 hits.
You know, what can I do?
Cabrera chopped one off the plate. Coos fall one off in the left, and then Venable broken bat base hit in the center.
Oh, look who's pulling into the depot.
The 8 train. And his first time, 2 on, 2 outs. The 7th home run of the year, which came in the 9th inning last night, won the game. Had to check but went around. Breaking ball off the outside corner. Let's get a fastball and swings and misses to strike out. Padres do get 2 in the inning to take the lead. We'll visit with Pods GM Kevin Towers when we come back.
August 23rd at 1:05 and get a free Padres backpack.
All kids 14 and younger receive a free Padres backpack presented by Mission Federal Credit Union and are also allowed on the field to run the bases after the game. That's Sunday for the Cards and Padres. Padres General Manager Kevin Towers joins us. And I noticed yesterday, of course, the deadline for signing the amateur kids was at 9 o'clock Pacific, and you were calm, cool, collected at 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I pretty much had a pretty good indication that you guys had all your business taken care of by then?
I think about noontime we had all our business done. We actually had one late signing. We signed Reyes, right-handed pitcher out of Oregon State, probably at around 8:30. He was the MVP of the College World Series in 07. But other than that, the big guys, and Sampson and Williams and Tate, we had done by noon. So it was somewhat a comfortable afternoon, kind of enjoying all the hard work that all the scouts did getting these guys done.
Kevin, how many, because I know you like to see amateur baseball. I mean, we're on the road. You might tell us, oh, yeah, I'm going to this little town to watch this high school kid. Of the kids that you drafted and signed, how many did you actually get a chance to see?
Well, I saw Donovan play, I think, 2 different times as well as a workout back in Cartersville, Georgia. I really liked what I saw there. It's probably in my 14 years, this was the one individual that Grady and Chief identified probably in April and said, this will be our guy at number 3. And so we got several looks at him. Actually, last week when I was down seeing our Portland club in Round Rock, spent some time with Everett Williams. I had lunch with him in Austin. Took him out to the AAA ball game. Got to spend some time. Looks like Ray Lewis in the face.
Really?
Looks like a football player. But I didn't get to see Kevius Sampson. Saw a lot of video, a lot of these guys, and sure there were several others that we took in the draft that I laid my eyes on. That's really probably the most enjoyable time of the year for me. Love going out with Chief and Grady and our area scouts and sitting in a high school field somewhere in Toadsuck, Arkansas.
There is a Toadsuck, Arkansas.
I've been there.
Down the right field side, Adrian, long way to go. Tough play and in fair territory. Makes the catch to retired Soriano.
Actually in between Paragould, Arkansas and Branson, Missouri's Toadsuck. I've stayed there. Not too many people, Mark, have been to Toadsuck.
We've been through Toadsuck. Those of us, all 3 of us here have been through the Texas League, so we know there's a Toadsuck, Arkansas. KT, it's been written and said that this collection of amateur talent that you've now signed appears more athletic in general than maybe in past years. Number 1, is that true? And number 2, is that more of a philosophy that's been adopted?
Well, I think twofold. I think, we did draft some very good athletes. Actually, you look at our top picks, and Tate and Williams, both guys had fathers, that played in the NFL. I'm a big believer in bloodlines. Kevius Sampson's a guy you haven't heard a lot about. Great athlete as well, although he's a pitcher. And, the more we've been in Petco, this is the 6th year we've been in this ballpark, and I think we've seen the Tampa Bays 3 or 4 years ago with the Baldellis and the Crawfords, and really realized probably what type of team fits this park and will play well in this park.
Baker finds the alley in right center field. Picked up on the warning track by Blanks, and a turn at second, but a hold there, and Baker, a 1-out double. He's 2 for 2. But Baker hitting very well for the Cubs. He's being traded over from Colorado. That's going to bring up Soto. So I'll let you continue your response, though, as far as the collection of kids.
Well, when you're picking that high in the draft, Mark, picking 3, I think the one thing that we focused on early is difference makers. There's a lot of times you take guys that are probably higher probability. They could get to the big leagues and be solid everyday major league players. But we really feel, especially Sampson, Tate, and Williams, is these guys could be real difference makers. Impact type players that could really change the game, and not just make you be competitive in regular season, but hopefully the type of guys that can carry you deep into postseason play. And they're young kids, they're high school kids. There's certainly a learning curve. It may take 3 to 4 years before they get here, but I can certainly envision a pretty good looking outfield with some of the guys we currently have here, as well as Williams and Donovan Tate in the outfield. Would be a lot of fun for our fans.
Kevin, who determines where Donovan Tate will start? As far as what classification, what level?
Well, more than likely he'll start off in Peoria in Arizona Rookie League. There's only a handful of games left there. Kind of a good way to kind of bring a guy into your system, get a feel for it, less pressure. Not a lot of people there. in Arizona, but he'll probably be part of our instructional league program in September, and usually those decisions are made by Grady.
That was my next question, because back in the day, instructional league was a huge thing.
Venable catches that line drive for the second out. Hit well by Soto, but it is out number 2.
Are you guys high on sending guys to instructional league? And I mean, any just prospects, or how do you determine who goes to Arizona instructional league?
Well, we're big believers the instructional program is for what it stands for. Instruction, a lot of individual and a controlled, individual instruction, a controlled environment. Yes, you're playing games, it's competitive, but, sometimes for guys that are maybe more of a veteran minor league player, a position change, perfect place for a Chase Headley, if he's trying to learn the outfield, you could bring him to instructional league and learn a new position. Maybe Mitch Canham, who's a guy that we're very high on, who's catching in Double-A, talked about maybe moving him to left or to first, but more than likely it's usually your young players that you want to kind of indoctrinate them in the Padre way. This is the way that we do things from a hitting standpoint, from a pitching standpoint, just to kind of get their feet wet before they go into their initial spring training next year.
Dempster breaks his bat, and it gets through the hole and into left. Baker coming around, and the throw by Headley gets by Carrillo. Lane back it up, and down to second goes Dempster, and it makes it a 3-2 game. A single for Dempster. E7 allows him to go down to second base, and he picks up an RBI, his 4th of the year.
Well, I thought Kuz may have had a chance. It's through his glove, Everett, and then Chase coming up throwing. Did he have a chance? Well, it was offline, and just Cesar just couldn't get back there in time. He backed up nicely earlier. Just wasn't back there in time.
Dempster is 2 for 2.
Yeah.
He's the tying run. Terrio takes up high, and out to the mound goes Hundley. KT, I remember during spring training, and pretty late in spring training, when there were a lot of issues around the pitching side, and you said at that time, the answers, a lot of them may exist outside the organization, and a lot of them did. I think back to that point, and now the trades, many of which have involved pitching, and now the amateur draft. This organization's come a long way here, it seems, in the past just 4 or 5 months.
I tend to agree. It was a little bit scary the first 2 weeks there in spring training. Our bullpen, which has always been the strength of the club, they weren't performing well. Really didn't know what the back end of our rotation was going to look like. And really, at that point in time, I had major concerns, and I'd say over the last 2 or 3 months with a couple of moves and the trades, and actually a couple of our higher level young position players, guys like Venable, guys like Blanks, Everett Cabrera, Rule 5 kid who's done an incredible job up here. I see light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, I love watching this team play. There's a lot of fight in them. They never give up. I think they showed that last night. And I can't remember even maybe a walk-off home run that we had at all in 2008. In 2009, we've had 4 or 5, and they're only going to get better. This is a tremendous learning experience for them, playing against contending clubs like the Cubs and Cardinals. And next year, look out. We're going to surprise some people.
A run on a couple of hits for the Cubs. We're going to have more with Kevin Towers when we come back in the bottom of the inning. We'll go to the bottom. 12:35. Well, Padres 2-for-1 getaway days presented by Southwest Airlines. Listening with Kevin Towers. And speaking of September, September 1 rosters expand, and Bud's talked about this. There's already obviously a lot of young players here on the roster, but you're able to expand the roster. Do you anticipate bringing up and seeing some more younger kids?
Most definitely. I would imagine we'll probably call up 5 to 6 players. I imagine the 2 kids that came over in the White Sox deal, they're AAA, Aaron Pareda and Russell, the big 6'8" reliever that throws in the mid-90s. Drew Macias is a guy that might get a look. Fonzie, catcher, who's been up here for a while. It'd be nice to have 3 catchers. And Chad Huffman, non-roster guy, who's putting together a pretty solid year at AAA, some we're looking at. Ernesto Ferry, one of the kids who come out of our Latin program, out of Columbia, having a great year in the Texas League. So I would imagine you'll see 6 to 7 guys, and they'll get some innings, they'll get some at-bats. And I apologize for coming on the broadcast for smiling and grinning, but I had to watch Mud's shopping cart and sprinkler dance again. I hadn't seen that back to his playing days in Yuma. And it was a tired act then, it's still a tired act now.
That's when we first met, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, the shopping cart was beautiful. Didn't do you very well. Thank God you're married.
Yeah, no kidding. Ain't that the truth?
And you married a beautiful gal.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm way over my skis. I outpunted my coverage. The hitting coach, new hitting coach, Randy Reddy, managed in the minor leagues, and in fact, correct me if I'm wrong, but interviewed for a big league job for Seattle. So that goes to tell you, Randy Reddy is just a solid through-and-through baseball guy.
Great baseball guy. I actually played against Randy when he was in Double-A in the Texas League. Very good player. Remember him when I was in the system when he was a player here with the Padres in the 80s, and done a great job. Coached early in his career there with the Tigers. We were fortunate enough to get him here in San Diego. Won the Texas League last year with a lot of these young players that are currently here, and I thought kind of did a nice job, as much turnovers he had at AAA there with the Portland club. And he's got a good way about him. He's funny. Call him the Riddler. Seems like he's got a line for everything. I think he keeps these guys loose, and he's been able to keep that line moving, which is a positive thing.
You know, you make a good point, Kevin, because at the AAA level, I would have to say that is one of the most difficult levels to manage at. You've got the young guys coming up. You've got the veteran guys who thinks they're really getting the screws taken to them down in AAA. So it's kind of tough to manage egos also and personalities at that level.
Very tough spot, and it's probably one of my least favorite places to visit as a general manager, because the minute you walk into that clubhouse, all the veterans want 5 minutes of your time to find out, what's going on, when am I coming up. And Double-A, it's not that way. They're still hungry, they're excited, they're still kind of a team, hanging out together, eating together, and AAA's tough, and Randy did a nice job this year.
Is Double-A, I don't want to say the better development level, because AAA is AAA, but Double-A where a lot of the younger guys are nowadays.
Absolutely. I think more and more clubs now are leaving most of their better prospects at the Double-A level and pulling them from Double-A to the big leagues. AAA's almost become kind of like the NFL, kind of a taxi squad, veteran, a AAA pool, veteran experienced guys to choose from when you need a guy for a couple weeks or 3 weeks to fill in. And, anymore it's still, good baseball, but you look at up and down, through the 30 ball clubs, most of all the top players and good players are in Double-A.
Cabrera has scored a couple of runs tonight. He takes up high.
Still hard for me to believe that this kid was playing low A ball last year. He has just done an outstanding job this year.
He's fun to watch. I tell you what, it's nice to have that speed early in the lineup, guys that put pressure on the defense. And he's handled the bat so much better than we thought. We knew he could play some defense, but he's really handled the bat well. And selective. Doesn't swing at bad pitches. And he's a good one. Hopefully he's here a long, long time.
And a great kid.
Super.
Wants to learn. Very coachable. Rick Renteria talks about him quite a bit, the first base coach, and he just loves Everett.
I tell you what, when he went down in Philadelphia, it was a huge blow to our ball club. Even though he was a young Rule 5 guy, it's like a body punch. I mean, from our veteran players, and we kind of went in the tank right about the time
that was the 9-3 mark right there.
When he went in the DL. He's an igniter.
Maybe speaking out of turn here, but there was an individual scout who recommended him that had been with the Rockies, and Rick Renteria has mentioned his name, and I've forgotten. It was somebody who kind of...
Yeah, how did that all transpire, Kevin?
Well, actually the Rule 5, for the Rule 5 draft, we all kind of get together and scour reports. Bob Filati, one of our cross-checkers, was the one who actually wrote a report on him, but Josh Stein, one of our young kids who does some of our advanced video work, was really the guy that was kind of the driving force, saying, hey, look at some of these numbers. Look what this guy's done. Look at his age. You know, let's move this guy up the list, or the prep list a little bit, and take a shot at him. So, you know, several people weighed in. Randy Smith, he knew the scout. Felix Feliz, who used to be with Colorado. We did some background check on him. Our scout who runs our Dominican program, and it's a good sign.
It's one deep, center field on cue. Fukudome, long run. It's over his head and a one-hopper to the fence. And he's on his way to third, and with that speed will be there standing up with a 2-out triple, his 7th 3-base hit of the season. And a tip of the cap to all those scouts you just mentioned for great work.
He may hit a lot of triples in this ball.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to circle the bases sometime.
We called it earlier, Kevin, and if there's one guy who could hit an inside-the-park home run, it's Everett Cabrera if he gets the right bounce. He's got some pop to center field. Looks like Fukudome was playing a little shallow there. Didn't play that one as well as he would like, probably.
He didn't even have it in overdrive there. He was in second gear running around the bases.
So Everett at third with 2 outs for Eck. Eck with an infield hit in the first. Grounded out to the right side his last time up, advancing a runner. The talk about Eck, a desire for him to come back. Seems like the organization may want him back. Where does that stand?
We'd love to have Eck back. I tell you, he kind of embodies what we believe in here. A guy that plays the game the right way, does all the little things right, and moves runners, and tremendous veteran to have in a club.
KT, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Mark, appreciate it.
Thanks, Kevin.
Good to
Always
see you,
a
man.
pleasure.
We have finished.
Mid-game recap is brought to you by Murray Lamper Construction. It's a great time to remodel your home with Murray Lamper. Prices will never be lower, so take advantage of their contractor discounts on finishes and fixtures. Log on to MurrayLamper.com. Inside joke, fellas. It's all good.
Part of the order, Milt Bradley leading off. Bradley is fly to center, grounded to the right side, 0 for 2. Once at left field. Headley angling towards the corner and on the run. Hauls it in. 1 pitch, 1 out.
You know, if people only knew, Mark Neely, what went on behind the scenes.
Not sure how to respond to that. I don't know if they would be humored or appalled. First pitch swinging in the first inning. He absolutely hammered that ball. Mid-porch of the Western Metal Building. And he doubled to left center his last time up. 2 for 2. Yeah, this may be at least the way the first 2 have gone. If he sees 4 wide ones here, it may not be the worst thing in the world.
Right.
Here's the first 2. Breaking ball inside. You
see us trying to be careful with the fastball away, breaking ball, change up. Just don't lay it in there here, 3-0. Wants it down and away.
4-pitch walk to Derek Lee. Hey, here is tonight's Energy Resource Center Power Player answer. And the question was the only Cub to ever record a 6-hit game. It was a Dawson Sandberger Sosa. The answer is C. Sammy Sosa. Leadoff hitter Aramis Ramirez. He walked in his last plate appearance and has also popped a short. 3-2 Padres in the top of the 5th. There's a fastball strike. At the low part of the zone there, 1-2.
So now is the spot where Carrillo can expand the strike zone and flip up one of those breaking balls down and away, or try to come inside with a hard fastball. Oh, Kitchen.
Far to his left. Eck has time to get there to throw him out. David was cheating way up the middle. Double play depth, and still had time to get Ramirez in the second out.
It's exactly where he wanted to place it. Nick Hundley inside, got it right on the inside corner, jammed him.
Fukudome 0 for 2. Tying run, Derek Lee at second with 2 outs. And Fukudome takes outside 2-0.
This might be an old pitch around too. You got righty Soriano on deck. From the way he's been pitching Fukudome, he doesn't want anything to do with him. He's going to put him on, just put him on right now.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Hundley step out to take ball 4. They put him on intentionally. Well, in the 3rd inning, when Fukudome grounded into the double play, 1-6-3 to win the inning. In fact, the Padres caught a break on the call at first. Not the out at second, but on the relay. Fukudome's foot on the bag before the ball gets in the glove of Adrian, but called him out.
You know, I'm quite, frankly, surprised nobody argued that. I saw that one from up here. No argument from the first base coach, Matt Sinatra. Nothing from Lou Piniella, which is a shocker.
Soriano. He's grounded to short and popped out with the first baseman Adrian Gonzalez. Had to drift a ways down the line and right to make the catch.
And indicating by that pitch there, you don't have to throw Soriano a strike. You can hit the guy on deck and he'll probably swing at it. Oh, the high strike. Thank you.
The Padres dugout. They may have got the benefit of one there. Going way upstairs, which is where Hundley wanted it. The ball and 2 strikes.
With the runner at second, let's see what Nick does. 3-1-2-1. Fastball in.
First sign after 2.
Get it in there. In.
There goes Cabrera. Can he get there? No. Drops in. Here comes Lee. Throw back to second. He's safe. And Lee scores the tying run. If they'd been able to get Fukudome, that play occurred before Lee got to the plate. So that could have prevented the run. But Fukudome did get back in safely. And the Cubs have tied the game at 3 on that flare off the bat of Soriano. His 52nd run batted in.
If you're going to throw the ball inside to Soriano, you've got to get it way in. Look at how quickly he gets his hands through, and jam shot just over the head of Cabrera. And then Chase Headley trying to go behind the runner at second base.
Your second baseman, Jeff Baker, was 2 for 2. A single, a double. Run scored, breaking ball strike. Hitting .500 in his last 7 games. 14 hits in his last 28 at bats. One, 2. Breaking ball, got him looking. Cubs tie it though. The RBI hit by Soriano. Soriano's 1,500th career base hit. involving Sheila Simpson. Deep right center. Adrian, number 33. The Padres reclaim a 4-3 lead. Jumping on the first pitch of the home half of the fifth.
Well, third time around for Adrian, and that looks like it was some type of off-speed pitch because it had a little dippy-do down towards the end, and Adrian catches it out in front just a little bit as if it were an off-speed pitch. Didn't catch the radar reading there, but he squared up on it nicely.
His 33rd home run. And his 11th here at home this season. Adrian leads the major leagues in road home runs with 22. The ball getting out to right center field.
Nice catch. See here, this is just me. When you look at that auxiliary scoreboard out there, they should put some type of basket that extends at a 45-degree angle so there's no question at all.
Well, I noticed Jeff Baker asking the second base umpire. I'm sure he was asking, after seeing the fan do that, is that a home run? But since it got over the out-of-town scoreboard, yeah, that's a home run.
But see, to me, when you look at that, there's too much room for error as far as judgment, making a split decision call. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It should be a no-brainer. Gone, not gone, still in play.
See that kind of padding above the top of the out-of-town scoreboard, which is really where the home run line is. Anything above that is out. So a walk to Chase, nobody out for Kuz, who has 2 RBI singles tonight. Chase had an uncontested steal of second in the third inning. That was an important steal as Booth followed that with a base hit to knock in Headley. Headley now 8 out of 10 in steal attempts on the season. Kicks to the right of Soto. And this time it's a wild pitch that will put Chase in the scoring position.
Off-speed pitch again. That looks like the slider. I mentioned the fastball, the slider, and the split finger from Dempster. And the secondary lead, key. If you take a good secondary lead and you see daylight between ball and catcher, keep going. Catcher's got to get to that baseball, grab it, and throw it accurately to get the runner.
Towards third. Off the glove of Ramirez, trying to backhand. Headley stays at second, but it's Kuz's third hit of the game. Ramirez couldn't come up with it on the backhand. It trickled behind him up the line.
1-2 Hopper. Well, he definitely saves the run. And a force at any base now.
Let's put the double play in order. First and second, nobody out for Venable. Will has fly to right and single to center. Marshall and Heilman getting ready. And a block by Soto. Headley. And who's on for Venable? Gonzalez led off the inning with a home run, his 33rd of the year. Give the Padres back the lead. He had Will a little bit out in front of that.
Looked like the slider. As I mentioned earlier before the game, it's registered as a slider at 83, but the split finger and the slider look the same out of the hand of Dempster. It might act the same, I should say. But that was definitely a slider, it looked like. Another one.
2-2.
Good tilt down the heart of the plate. Well, why not throw him another one, huh?
I mean, the last couple have gone. For Dempster, why not? And a double play ball. Baker, Terrio will beat it. Headley over to third, and runners are at the corner for one out. Well, Venable's speed prevented that from being a double play.
Just beats this one out. Oh. Yeah, he was safe. Yeah. Just barely. I mean, it was very close.
Bang, bang. Blanks with runners at the corners. Strike one. He's fanned twice tonight against Dempster. Rides inside. Same pitch inside, 2 balls and a strike. Last night, the game winner for Blanks, our Coors Light Freeze Cam.
It's off fastball. Bad, huh? It's good to show you how strong he is.
The 2-2. And he fans Blanks for a third time.
Went back to the breaking ball, and Soto does everything he can to try to keep that ball in the strike zone. According to Tracks, it is right on the outside corner.
Dempster's 6 strikeout, half of them against Blanks. First and third, 2 outs for Hundley. Runner from first, Venable takes off, and no throw is a tough one for Soto to handle. And Will gets his 4 steal and 4 attempts.
Oh yeah, running start. Dempster not even looking at him with 2 outs, trying to concentrate on the hitter Hundley. broken bat flair somewhere to score 2.
Take that.
How about a Fresca?
Right at the second baseman, Baker. Padres settle for 1. And a leadoff home run by Adrian Gonzalez, his 33rd of the season. 2 men left on. Each team is now stranded 7. And at the end of 5, San Diego 4. Foot-long feast. You can text Subway to 269-411 now for your chance to win. And tonight's question, do you think the Cubs can come back to win the NL Central this season and make it 3 straight years for them to win the Central? A.S. Bino. Subway, eat fresh.
Well, anything's possible, huh? I mean,
yeah, sure.
There's injuries to the other clubs, the Cardinals.
They're 6 back going into tonight. Right now, the Cardinals are trailing the Dodgers 5-1 in the 6th. Cubs have a portion of their schedule. Once they leave here, they do go to L.A. to take on the Dodgers. But after that, they've got a segment of the schedule again against sub-500 teams. They have Washington, the Mets.
They probably play Pittsburgh again, too, don't they?
Houston. They do have the Pirates, Reds. All ahead for Lou Piniella's Cubs. 24 of their final 40 games are at Wrigley Field as well. Going to miss by Soto.
Blame it on the Billy Goat.
You believe in those curses?
No. Superstitions are for weak minds. Oh, yeah.
Think so, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this, though. When the Cubs make the postseason, I think there's more heat on them than your average team because
no question.
Well, then, in theory, it exists. If you think it exists, it exists. Does that make any sense?
It does. I see where you're going there, but seems like the Red Sox had no problem taking care of that.
Well, I don't know about no problem. They finally crossed that hurdle in 2004. And you now see what happens since they snapped that. They're a much more relaxed team in the postseason. You know, who knows if the Cubs manage to win a World Series? Who knows? They reel off a couple.
Like they did in 07 and 08.
Yeah, 100 years ago. Straightaway center. Bit into right center now for Venable. 1 out.
Have you ever been to the Billy Goat Tavern?
Been to the Billy Goat Tavern, you bet.
Pretty solid. It's like walking into somebody's basement. It's awesome.
Ryan Dempster to bat here. 2 for 2 for the Cubs pitcher. High and fouled on the third base side.
Strike one.
And it's into the third deck. Back to the mound, and Carrillo spears it. Long underhand toss. And they get Dempster for the first time tonight. 2 outs. Hey, the Aflac trivia question, a little tardy on this tonight, but let's get to it.
Aflac!
Which Negro League team did the Cubs get Lou Brock and Ernie Banks from?
That's a good one.
The Negro League Museum is in Kansas City. You ever had a chance to stop by that?
Yeah.
Luke Gregerson is up. Coming up on 100 pitches for Carrillo. He is due to lead off the bottom of the inning. Padres would love to get one more out of Carrillo. Would love it to be Terrio right here. He's 0 for 3. Strike on the outside edge, 1-1. Everett Cabrera. Cesar Carrillo, the Chicago native, in his second big league start, has gone 6 innings. It looks like he'll depart with the lead. Enjoy half-price domestic draft beer, sodas, and hot dogs at select stretch run concessions. Cesar Carrillo goes 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 hits, walked 4, 1 intentionally, strikes out 2, right at 100 pitches, and due to lead off, so Luis Rodriguez bats for him.
A nice night in the big leagues for Cesar.
Yeah, nice. Start number 2.
Way to bounce back.
He takes low, a ball and a strike. Misses a breaking ball. Dempster not far from 100 pitches himself. He's at 94. He takes low. Rodriguez pinch hit last night and had a single in the 6th inning of last night's game. Now looking on the breaking ball, and that's the 7th strikeout for Ryan Dempster. Here's the Aflac Trivia question and answer for tonight. Which Negro League team did the Cubs get Lou Brock and Ernie Banks from? And the answer, Kansas City Monarchs. To me, that's the most famous Negro League team. Good night for Everett Cabrera. That's the highest strike in the Unit Park. Couple of hits, an infield hit. He's tripled, walked, scored twice, and stolen a base. Popped up behind the plate, but that's going to get into the crowd.
You mentioned was it last half inning when you posed the question that is the museum in Kansas City?
It is in Kansas City, yeah. Have you been there?
I would love to.
It's been there one time, a couple of years back.
I'll tell you what, Noel, next time we're in interleague play and play the Royals,
we'll go by there.
Have to go by there.
Just got a piece to top it foul. Up and away. Well, now nobody on in the Padres' 6th inning. 4-3 San Diego. These teams wrap up the 3-game series tomorrow night. Rich Harden will go for the Cubs against Matt Latos, and making his 7th big league start. Then the Cardinals in town for 4. So the Padres, one way or another, having a pretty big say in the NL Central race, at least for a week.
The Padre fans will get a first-hand look at just what we were talking about, that balanced lineup in St. Louis Cardinals, as they fly into town. And take a look at the pitch count for Ryan Dempster. He's good for about 105, 110 pitches. The most he's thrown this year is 118. No.
Asking for the appeal. Third base umpire Jerry Davis says no.
Check that. Dempster went through 121 pitches.
It is 3-2 to Everett. We'll do again.
Chances are Ryan Dempster is not going to throw you a fastball in that 3-2 situation. That looked like either it was a split finger or a slider as he goes to the rosin bag. Always sets in his glove with that split finger grip, and then he's got that funky thing with his glove a few years back, tipping pitches, so he does that on every pitch. See the flapping of the glove? It's almost like the running of the bulls. Flapping of the glove. It's an event.
It's his 8th strikeout. Everett may have chased one up and out of the zone, but Dempster gets the 2nd out of the inning.
That looked like a split finger.
Way up. Yeah, he doesn't do that flapping with guys on base, obviously, but
just from the windup. And you can see Dempster's working up a lather. Look at that C on his cap. And that's from that dark red. That's from the perspiration through his cap.
Breaking ball, strike to Eck. He went around, nothing at 2. Fastball down and in.
See, there's Aramis Ramirez's C. No sweat. Dempster, hard work.
First baseman makes the shoe top catch, Derek Lee. And Dempster sets the Padres down in order for the second time tonight. First time since the second inning. 4-3 Padres at the end of 6. Happy you could join us on this Tuesday night. Mark Neely with Mark Grant.
Oh my, is that awesome? The guy, cocktails. That is so fun. Look at the guy trying to drink through his suit. He's drinking through his eyeball. Oh, that's hilarious. Trying to carry on a conversation. That's beautiful.
Oh, priceless.
Oh.
New pitcher, Luke Gregerson.
Last time Luke was out there on the hill was Sunday in St. Louis. He tossed an inning. He walked one Redbird. And the Padres with the 4-3 lead, utilizing that 7th, 8th inning guy. Hopefully they can keep the lead.
There are these guys from last year. Got tossed out of here last year.
Is this tonight or last year, guys?
That's last year.
Oh, that's last year. Okay, I was wondering. They're getting kicked out again?
All the way by Bradley.
That is so funny.
What did they do last year that was so
They
offensive?
stole a picnic basket. Gotta go.
Time for pictures now. 2-1. So this year, just sedating themselves and hanging out. Enjoying some big league baseball.
One's wearing a Bears hat. That's nice. On the right. He's wearing a Cub hat there. He's got an old.
What is that?
Is that one of those retro Cub hats, maybe? And then a Chicago Bear hat.
Inside on a full count. Think how much luggage space those things take up.
Maybe they're local guys.
I'm going to have to give negative on that.
Really?
Just my gut feeling. 3-2. They might be. Cesar Correa goes 6 innings. Correa, a Chicago guy. Handing the ball to Gregerson, Chicago area guy. These are the Cubs here at Petco tonight. And Luke walks the leadoff man Bradley here in the 7th. Interesting dance.
Those guys are tough to bear with, huh? Brutal. Exchanging secrets.
Well, Derek Lee has homered, doubled, walked, scored twice. And a big rip.
Well, what a difference for Luke Gregerson pitching home and away. You think he likes pitching at home?
Very much so.
30-plus innings pitched at .89 ERA. On the road, it's over 7.
He's ahead of Lee, 0-2.
Uh-oh. He's taking a picture of the fryer.
Starting to cause some problems. Still 0-2 on D. Lee.
You know, Derek Lee knows the scouting report on pitchers, just like pitchers know the scouting report on him. And he knows that Gregerson is that nice biting slider. This is a good opportunity right here to go for the punch out or a grounder. And with that slider, infield playing to pull. Derek Lee pulls the ball. Maybe get a double play. There's that slider. You know, we talked about the contrast of home road for Luke Gregerson. How about as far as lefties, righties are concerned? Lefties hitting .314 off Gregerson. He owns righties. They're only hitting a 174 clip.
So you get Luke at home against righties. It's usually a tough combination.
Yeah.
A good combination for him. Derek Lee takes inside.
A lot of pitches here, huh? To Bradley to draw the walk, and now a lot of pitches to Lee.
Luke got the night off last night after pitching all 3 games in the series at St. Louis. And he has gone full on Derek Lee. There goes the runner. Takes it in the air to right field. And Legs makes the catch.
I was watching the flight of the baseball and the pitch from Luke Gregerson. I was wondering if the middle infielders, Cabrera and Eckstein, maybe tried to deke Milton Bradley as if it were a double play ball. You know, middle infielders will do that when the ball is hit in the air. Try to hang up that runner so they can double him up at first base. Kind of like when Lonnie Smith got deked in the World Series in Game 6 in Minnesota, when Ron Gant hit the gapper in the left center field. And Lonnie
able to miss by Ramirez.
is stranded at third base.
Snyder moves outside, a ball and a strike. One on, one out in the Chicago 7th. Second on Bradley. High fly right center. Venable with room. Out of room in that part of the ballpark. He back to first goes Bradley. 2 down. Big appetite, small budget, satisfy both. With Saquon Casino's incredible all-you-can-eat prime rib buffet now for only $10.
The Padre defense played Ramirez perfectly. William Venable was playing on the second baseman side of second base, and that's exactly where they pitched him, and it's exactly where he hit that fly ball. So nicely done on the scouting reports. Checking those notes in the back pocket. They come in handy.
Fukudome intentionally put on in the 5th. He's 0 for 2. Eight steals for Bradley in 5 attempts.
That's the beach area, right center field. And if we didn't mention it, today was the dog days, right?
Right.
People brought their dogs to the park
before the game.
Wow. That's a big dog right there, huh? Hey now. Love our canine friends. You have a pet yet, Neely?
Not yet, but I'm a big dog guy.
You've got a lab. Chunk. He's a fatty.
He's wearing a hat.
Yeah.
And a shirt.
It's a cat on the left and a dog on the right. Now the feline on the left, I don't know what kind. Maybe a tabby. Could be a calico. Yo. Oh, there's a nice lab. Or that could be a retriever. It's longer hair. I think that's a golden retriever.
Probably not going to be a lot of scraps of food laying around the ballpark
Chocolate
tonight.
lab on the left, yeah. Great dogs. There's the pug.
The 2-2 to Fukudome.
Got him. Begin.
Luke works around the leadoff walk, that is, to Bradley. And fans Fukudome. Time to stretch at Petco. 4-3 San Diego. And San Diego fans of the game. Some of our fans of the game tonight are the four-legged variety.
That's right.
Adrian leading off the bottom of the 7th, 4-3 San Diego. Adrian's home run to begin the 5th, the difference in this game right now. First pitch strike from Ryan Dempster. That delivery, Dempster's 110th of the game.
Action in the Cubby bullpen as we speak. So Dempster is approaching that high water mark of 121 pitches on the year.
Adrian beginning the 5th. Took it out to right center. Catch by the fan. Breaking ball, strike 1 and 2.
Ryan Dempster may have gotten a call right there on that breaking ball down and in. That looked like it was off the plate just a tad.
Saw Adrian shaking his head. He wasn't crazy about the call.
I guarantee an off-speed pitch here.
Slider inside.
Ryan Dempster just changed his sleeves. I think he had long sleeves on last inning. All the way down to the wrists. Shorter sleeves this inning.
And it's the strikeout, his 9th of the game.
Slider down and in at 87. Watch it out of the hand. Tilt, rotation. And you know what? A couple of factors there, which is impressive. 114th pitch, right? Good slider, good rotation, and good location.
Good pitch.
Did I say location twice? I like location.
Location, location, and location. 3 very important things. Just picked up an RBI on a fielder's choice in the 3rd. He's also walked. He went. Dempster has done a good job tonight of getting ahead of the Padre hitters. 25 of 31 first pitch strikes. 2-2 on Chase. Dempster is sent down 6 in a row. Make it 7. And fan 10. 2 outs in the 7th.
You know, looking at Ryan Dempster, you wouldn't know that he's got 119 pitches, huh? Still effective with his pitches, good location, very strong.
Base is empty for Coos, who's had a 3 for 3 night. Three singles, a couple of RBIs. All 3 of his hits tonight have come with a runner in scoring position. Rounds to short. Terrio. Padres go in order. 8 in a row retired by Dempster. is brought to you by Radio Shack. And in 1966, Cubs third baseman Ron Santo became the first player in Major League history to have an ear flap added to his helmet. He added to protect the cheekbone that was fractured after being hit by a pitch.
You know, I did not know that. I'm a huge Ron Santo fan, first and foremost. Growing up as a kid and watching Ronnie play the hot corner.
There he is.
And, you know, I know we hear it year in and year out, but I'm one that would join the campaign to try to get that guy into the Hall of Fame. Offensive numbers for a bad team, I mean, year in and year out. I've always been a firm believer it's easy to put up good numbers when you're on a good team. When you're on a bad team and you put up numbers like he did, he batted .277 for his career. And offensively, you know, while I'm on my soapbox, as Mike Adams grabs the rock and he tries to hold a one-run lead here in the eighth. Offensive numbers better than Brooks Robinson.
A Hall of Famer.
But, you know, and I'm not taking anything away from Brooks Robinson because he played for great Orioles teams, had great World Series. And there are some offensive categories that Santo had much better numbers in fewer seasons than Brooks Robinson. Home runs in particular. He had 342 home runs, Ron Santo did.
No two fouled away. Ron Santo, part of the radio team for the Cubs. 6, 7, and 8 men for the Cubs in the eighth inning. Cubs got a run off Adams last night. It was the first time Mike had allowed a run in his last 24 innings.
You know, if people are asking, well, what about defensively at third base for Ron Santo? Because he did put up good numbers. 5-time Gold Glove Award winner. 5 years in a row. 1964 through 1968.
Strikeout at Soriano, one away in the eighth.
He gone. You know what I like to see is the Padres utilizing those 7th, 8th inning guys, right? Well, we saw Gregerson. Now we're seeing Mike Adams put away Soriano on the breaking ball with a nice spit after the punch out. Did you see that?
That's part of it.
Yeah.
Jeff Baker. Turns outside, ball one. Baker in the second singled, then in the fourth doubled and scored. Fan in the fifth, all that against the starter Cesar Carrillo. Four runs, 8 hits, an error for the Padres. 3-7-0 for the Cubs. 8 left on by Chicago. 7 stranded by the Padres. One and two. To his left and in, Everett. 2 outs. Wednesday is officially free and easy at the Del Mar Racetrack. Diamond Club members enjoy free stretch run admission, free reserved seating, and a free program. Plus enjoy half-price domestic draft beers, sodas, and hot dogs at select stretch run concessions. Adams has set down the first 2, and now in steps the Cubs catcher Giovanni Soto. Walk in the second. Since then he's lined to center and flied to the center fielder, Venable.
a heck of a ball game going on here. Come on, dude. You got a nail biter.
Might be a Cubby fan. Mickey ball strike.
By the way, did you hear anything about John Smoltz signing with the Cardinals?
I have not heard that. Are you breaking news?
I just got a text from somebody, and they are indicating that John Smoltz signed with the Redbirds. Somebody watching at home. Hey, dude, come on. Tell them to wake up. We got a heck of a ball game going on here. Come on. Yeah, we're watching you.
You can't hide. Adams 2-2 to Soto.
Fastball in.
Ooh, hit his spot. It's a full count.
Well, looks like a ball, but you know, man, tough to lay off with 2 strikes. This youngster wants to strike out. He's trying to put the mojo on Giovanni Soto.
And the mojo works. Adams doing his thing. That's what Mark Grant does best right there. Best seat winners, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. New Cubs pitcher, Angel Guzman.
Ryan Dempster did a heck of a job. 7 solid innings, 4 runs. Did okay, just a few bad pitches here and there. Now we'll turn it over to Angel Guzman. Now with a little bit of change in the bullpen, Marmol now the closer. Greg, you know, who knows how Lou Piniella will utilize him, but Guzman, a fastball, cutter, slider, and a curve. 92 to 98. He can bring it now. He's got some fuzz on that fastball.
6, 7, and 8 for the Padres, and Venable takes low. So 7 innings for Dempster. 4 runs, 8 hits, 3 walks, and he struck out a season high 10. He's too shy of a career high, 12 his career high, which also came against the Padres. Outside from Guzman, 3-0. And 21 pitches for Dempster, which equals a season high through 121 back on May 9th at Milwaukee. There is a 4-pitch walk to begin the Padres' 8th.
Nothing will drive pitching coaches more nuts, managers nuts than the walk. And Lou Piniella is right up there with one of those managers that'll just drive you crazy.
His bullpen leads the National League in walks allowed. He's not walking Venable to begin the inning. Now Blanks, who's fanned 3 times against Dempster. Ball 1 inside.
Yeah, make them come to you, right? Fastball count. You might get a fastball. You can lean into one. And you know what? If I'm hitting against a guy like Guzman, the 4-pitch walk, ball 5 to Kyle Blanks, that is. Hey, spit on the breaking ball. I'm going to bet that you can't throw that for a strike.
Inside, 2-0.
Ball 6.
That one smoke. Deep center. Off the very top of the fence. Now caroms towards right center field.
Come on!
Venable.
Gotta go,
He scores! Blanks is going to try an inside the park home run! And the A-Train can circle the bases!
All aboard!
Kyle Blanks with an inside the park home run!
You know what? He was motoring. When that ball caromed and went to the right center, he was already near second base. Right off the bat, you got to think home run, a clean home run, right? And right about there, oh, not far at all. That ball kicked, and Kyle was already at second base. He was motoring now. He sees the carom, and then he turns it on. That's exciting stuff.
Hunley flies to center field for the first out of the inning. The Blanks inside the park home run, the first Padres inside the Parker since Sean Burroughs May 16th of 2003 against the Braves. The A-Train needs to stop for some refueling.
Oh, man. That was fun to watch. You know, everybody's talking about Everett Cabrera, maybe, you know.
Doing it, and Blanks is the guy who does it. How about that? '16th inside the park home run in Padres history. And that's lined foul by just a couple of feet. By Tony, pinch hitting.
Well, as we take a look at this, the ball smoked left center field. Now you see the wall angle there, and then watch the Karen Fukudome can't come up with it, and Milton Bradley is not. Oh, there he is. Got over there just a little bit late. He just missed a real home run by inches, right? So he thought, hey, I'm going to use my speed to get it inside the Parker. You know what's fun about that? From our vantage point, just seeing the whole thing right in front of us develop.
Watching it develop.
You're anticipating the ball going over the wall. But then once you see the kick, and we know how much of an athlete Kyle Blanks is, then it's game on.
Oh, it was on.
Now the big boy needs a big inning to regroup.
Yeah, to get a little oxygen in the system. Rothschild, the pitching coach. At the top of the order coming up. A 6-3 San Diego lead. Thanks to the 2-run inside the park home run from Kyle Blanks. And it wasn't even a close play at the plate.
No.
Couple of runs scored tonight for Cabrera. He has singled and tripled. Now the chances of two-run inside the park home runs in the same inning have got to be like 1,000,000,000 to 1.
You know, I don't know what the odds would be on that, but yeah, they would have to be up there.
Well, here's Cabrera at the plate with Gwynn on and one out.
Are you calling it?
I'm not calling it. I'm not calling that. But if you had to pick another candidate, obviously here's
no question.
Here's a guy who could do it. Down the left field side, foul.
Well, in New York City, they've got the number 7 train that goes out to Old Shea Stadium site and Citi Field,
which we would take.
San Diego's got the number 8, who just made the round trip.
You know, it's a good thing that he changed his number early in the year. He was wearing 22, you know, and then Eck took 22.
Right.
Well, the number 22 train just doesn't really
have
flow as much. Yeah. So it's nice that the number change.
Number 22, that's more like a commuter. This is the Express.
Yeah, the 8. 8's the Express.
How about the insurance, though, also this late in the game, which is nice. Now, a 3-run lead rather than just a 4-3 lead.
Big swing and a miss. Stumbled to the other side of the batter's box. Well, the inside the park home run The blanks. We mentioned first one in over 6 years for the Padres. 16th in franchise history. '2000 featured 2 that year. Boone and Rivera. How about Tony Gwynn? One back June 26th of '97 at Dodger Stadium. And down on one knee in the strikeout of Cabrera. Tony's an inside the park grand slam.
I remember that. Line drive, sinking liner, Titanic to left. Brett Butler tries to make the shoestring catch, lays out, it goes under his glove, rolls all the way to the wall, and Tony clears the bases for that inside the park grand slam.
Eck 1 for 4 with an infield hit in the first. Strike 1 on the inner half. Nothing at 2 from Guzman. Oh, 2 pitch. Strikeout ends the inning. But the Padres get 2. Some say the most exciting play in baseball is a triple. Nuh-uh. It's the 8 train with the inside the Parker. Kyle Blank circles the bases. And a 3-run lead for Heath Bell. Going to the 9th. Incredible all-you-can-eat prime rib buffet. Now for only $10. Blake stays in the dugout after his inside the park home run. Wynn stays in the game, and Heath Bell takes over on the mound.
What a roller coaster ride it's been kind of for Heath Bell. Remember in St. Louis, the walk-off home run to the Cardinals. Okay, well, you get back up on that horse and you come back out the next night. Last night he gets a victory to go to 5-2. Now trying to save it here for Cesar Carrillo.
Tony takes over in center field, and Venable moves from center to right. Fold pinch hitting to begin the Chicago 9th. 9-1-2 for the Cubs.
Ford last night put together a nice little at bat in that pinch hitting appearance in the 7th inning. He singled to right field. So Cubs definitely need base runners.
Sam Fuld in his 3rd stint this year with the Cubs, called up from AAA Iowa on July 31st. Good numbers in the big leagues, 326 average in 27 Major League games this season. Strikeout of Fuld, 1 away in the 9th.
He just challenged him. Heater away. And mark that down as NC. No chance.
Top of the order. Cubs shortstop Ryan Theriot. Oh, off the mask. Saying something to Jim Wolf there. Oh, 1. Breaking ball towards the middle. Cabrera cuts it off. 2 down in the Chicago 9th. Padres 1 out away from their 5th consecutive win this season over the Cubs. Bradley walked in the 7th. Prior to that, had lined to left, grounded to first, and fly to center. Right center field. Tony Gwynn. And the Padres have taken the first 2 games of this series, winning it tonight 6-3.